What's up, Fin fans? Um, Day 6, training camp. Start this video off kind of somber, kind of sad. Uh, while I was taking my notes, which I do for every training camp, it was reported that Nick Buoniconti passed away at the age of 78. He was fighting pneumonia. Hall of Famer, all-time great Miami Dolphin linebacker. Had him on my all-time team. It's really sad to hear, but to think of the positives, he's been struggling with pneumonia for a while. He's been struggling. He even said that he thinks he has CTE, and he was struggling with that for a while. So now he can finally rest in peace. Nat Moore came out and said a few things for Buoniconti, but this video, training camp day 6, is going to be dedicated to Nick Buoniconti, one of the greats. So, rest in peace, and thoughts and prayers go to his family. Again, one of the greats. So let's change mood to the training camp. And today, Dwayne Allen was taken off of the physically unable to perform list. He was at practice today, and Duvall Neto, the Brazilian defensive tackle we have, was moved to guard. So that's something. The Dolphins are making changes to produce wins. They're making changes for this team to be successful. The coach moved, and now they're moving players around. They want to find the best players to put on the field. And Flores has said that time and time again. So let's get into Brian Flores' press conference, and then we go into some play-by-plays. So he talks about Harris and Carradine. He says they're working hard and they're doing a good job. I agree, but Harris has to do a little bit better at getting pressure and setting the edge. That was his biggest downfall last year, and if a defensive end can't set the edge, we're going to get run on a lot. When it comes to edge rushers, this is what Flores had to say. Fluid spot depending on the situation, and best group. A lot of guys playing that position. So essentially it all depends on the situation and who's best for that type of situation. So again, if Harris is really good at pass rushing but not so great at setting the edge and stopping the run, maybe he won't be in on first, second down. Maybe he'll be just considered a pass rusher. And then he says it's always important to see a good rush. We're really looking for rushing pressure on the quarterback. So he emphasizes a lot that it's good to get sacks, and those sack stats are great, but getting pressure is important. So, get the sack. We want the sack. We want you to get the sack, but we need you to get pressure on the quarterback to get him to get the ball out quicker, for him to make mistakes, and for Xavier Howard to get 4,000 interceptions. He didn't say that, but I said that. Then he talked about Fitzpatrick, and they asked him about, are you going to limit his snap count? Because he's up there in quarterback age, and you can tell he starts to fizzle off a little bit the past 2 days. I honestly think it has to do with the fact that everyone was fizzling off. Everyone's getting cramped up. Everyone is getting hammy injuries and all that stuff, because you went a month without doing football. Even in OTAs and minicamp, you're not doing much. All of a sudden, boom, training camp in August in Miami. It's a lot. He says everyone is going to work from that standpoint. It's getting managed. Fitz is not taking every single snap. So like I said, it's not because he's not doing well or he's a vet or any of that stuff. It's everyone. He's moderating what everyone is doing. He says he's thankful that this is a team without a lot of egos. Snap count is not a problem, and where you're playing is not a problem. No one is bitching. Oh, why is he getting more reps than me? Why is he doing this more than me? Why? All right, let's win. That's all they care about. Win, and win. He talks about Dwayne Allen, and he says brings leadership, energy, effort. When we get him out there in the past, because he's been with him on the Patriots, he's been a good blocker and receiving tight end. Something we'll take advantage of. That's what you want in a tight end. You want a tight end that will block his face off, and you want a tight end that can catch and run routes really well, because then you'll have him in sets that you can do play action, and then all of a sudden your tight end is a threat. Rob Gronkowski was really great at that. He will block you to the ground, and then he'll also, you throw the ball up, he's going to catch it. He's going to get open, and if he's not open, he's going to catch it. So then you have situations where you'll be in a two tight end set. The defense is thinking to themselves, they're going to run the ball here. They only have like one or two wide receivers out there, depending if they have a fullback. They're going to run the ball. And all of a sudden, play action, and you think to yourself, all right, my linebackers can cover these tight ends. My corners can cover these tight ends, and this one wide receiver, and da-da-da. All of a sudden, you got a really good tight end that can run routes and has speed. And see what I'm saying? You need that versatility in tight ends. Brings up Albert Wilson. He says he's working hard to get back on the field, and he has a plan in place, and he's not going to stray from it. You don't want to force an injured player back too quick, because then the injury gets worse, and then he gets more injured. We need Albert Wilson out there. We need Jakeem Grant out there. We need all these guys out there. Talks about practicing in the heat. Huge advantage for us. Huge disadvantage for the other team, because obviously they're not used to it. Ask the Oakland Raiders how they did last year and how they bitched and complained that it wasn't fair that they were sitting in the sun. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. He talks about camp. He says camp is hard. It's been that way since football began. Players get that. The most successful season starts with good camps. That's how you find out what your limits are. I really like this quote. Because training camp, yes, is to instill the system and instill what you want to do into your players, right? Make sure all that stuff. And also you can pinpoint, all right, you suck, you're getting cut. You have promised, maybe I'll put you on the practice squad, or we'll figure something out with you. But his last line, that's how you find out what your limits are. If you guys noticed, I think it was 2016 or it was like 2015. It was one year when we had a chance to make the playoffs and we lost to the Broncos because we were just getting run all over. I think it was I don't remember what year that was. But the defensive coordinator we had, Vance Joseph, he knew our defense had limitations, and he masked them and he disguised them, and he built on the strengths of what we were good at and kind of hid our shittiness. That's what Flores is talking about now, and that's how you find out what your limits are. Training camp, okay, we're not very great at here and here yet. We need some more help here and here. We'll address that either next year, or maybe we can get a vet to come in and help us. But I know how to cover up this limitation. Oh, Gesicki's not great at blocking? All right, well, we'll just do I formation more. We'll have Cox block for the running because Gesicki can't do it. We'll have O'Leary in, and instead of having a 2 or 3 tight end set to run the ball, we'll have a 2 tight end set with a fullback. We'll have Smythe and O'Leary, good blocking tight ends. One of them can actually go out for passes, and we'll have Cox. Limitation, limitation, okay, this is the limitation, we can address it. And that's what he's talking about with training camp. He brought up Kiko Alonso. He says he expects him to come back soon. Not a big injury. I honestly think these are all like just cramps and hammies and all that stuff. He says you think you know and have a good idea. I'm 95% sure, but have been wrong before. We need to go out to the game and see who does what. He also talks about trying to find out which players are gamers, and trying to find out who produces well, then goes into survivor mode during practice. Matt Moore was horrible at practice, but would ball in the game. There's certain players that when it comes to practice, they're not great. But then all of a sudden the lights go on and everything's live and they light it up. And that's the thing that I've noticed with some players, and that's what he's bringing up. He wants to know, all right, we'll see in preseason next week, next Thursday. We'll see who lights up. We'll see who starts making touchdown passes, interceptions, tackles, all that stuff. And then we'll see who's good at practice, because practice is different than live games. You guys know that. I don't really have to tell you that, but you're not trying to hurt your fellow player. You're not trying to make big hits. There's also most of the time not a big pass rush or a pass rush at all when they do 7-on-7s. So it's a whole different atmosphere. Then he talks about Rowe. He's done a good job, but consistency is a big thing for him, and that is 100% true, because he does really well in spurts. He needs to consistently do well. So, and that's essentially what Flores talked about. And then we're just gonna talk about a few things. Balaj and Wolford won't be at practice. I'm hearing they're not serious injuries for Balaj and Wolford. in addition to the pup guys, which is now only 2, which is Chase and Tankersley, which is good. Today's the first day with refs there, so we'll get to see how disciplined this team is. No spoilers. I obviously know because I took notes on it, but no spoilers. Not gonna spoil it for you this time. Brief 11 on 11s, but this is kind of what the offensive line looked like with the starting offensive line. You got Tunsil at tackle, you got Dieter at left guard, Kilgore at center, Calhoun at right guard, and Jesse Davis back at right tackle. When they were doing walkthroughs, Rosen was with the ones. Trying to throw him in there, sprinkle him in there. I'm dying. McDonald, Jones, and Bobby McCain, there's a package that Omar Kelly was talking about where all 3 of them were playing safety. And he said he loved it, and it's super confusing for the offense, and I can't wait for next Thursday. I have to watch the Dolphins play football. I'm dying here. Grant toasts McTyer for a touchdown. Jakeem Grant, really, really great training camp. Really, really great offseason. Jakeem Grant is doing really great. Fitzgerald with a nice pass to Ford, who's also having a really great camp. He beat Bobby McCain. Rosen with a nice 40-yard pass to Irwin in stride. So he threw the pass while he was catching it and running. Again, Rosen, you got to get out of your way, bud. You could be good. You just got to get out of your way. Safety group started doing 10 push-ups. We don't know why, but apparently they did something wrong. Dwayne Allen did individual and position workout, and then he was done. He went inside. They don't want to push him too hard. He just got off the physically unable to perform list for reasons we don't know. Then, unfortunately, Jakeem Grant, during 7-on-7s, walks off the field grabbing his hamstring. I'm hoping it's just a hamstring injury. I'm hoping it's nothing serious. I hope, just take a few days off, get that thing. The thing that sucks is he's got the speed and he uses his legs a lot, obviously, because everyone uses their legs a lot when they walk. But hamstrings can be an injury that can linger. So, I would sit him for like a week. I wouldn't even, there's going to be a lot of players, I'm just going to throw this in there. There's going to be a lot of players that are not going to play next Thursday. Albert Wilson's not going to play next Thursday. Jakeem Grant's now not going to play next Thursday. Dwayne Allen's not going to play next Thursday. I bet you Kiko Alonso's not playing next Thursday. Tankersley, Allen, Chase, obviously they're not going to play next Thursday. Xavier Howard might not even play next Thursday. Larry Tunsil might not even play next Thursday. See what I'm saying? It's the first preseason game. If they do play, it'll be for like 5 snaps. But there won't be a lot of people playing next Thursday. It's the second and third preseason game. We'll start to see those type of guys playing. But again, do they really need to play? This is my biggest thing. Like you don't want to deal with injuries and all that stuff. Fitz working at safety for the first time. That's Mika, not Ryan. But then Ryan Fitzpatrick throws a nice pass to O'Leary over the middle. O'Leary having a great camp. Rosen to Preston Williams on a slant. It was a very nice pass, but it was late. That is his biggest gripe, Rosen, is his passes tend to be late. And then O'Leary beats Armstrong for another pass. O'Leary is the number 1 right now. Dwayne Allen is having a hard time getting back on the field. And O'Leary's doing really well. Kenyon Drake with a nice cutback run to the left side. Harris lost the edge and got blocked by Gesicki. I'm not trying to knock Gesicki here. But if you get blocked by Gesicki and you're a defensive end, it's a problem. Because Gesicki has a hard time blocking safeties. Horn working with the starters after Jakeem Grant left. That Hearn signing. Now a lot of people see, like, when we signed Allen Hearns, a lot of people were like, oh, who are we going to trade? We have enough receivers. Let's pick a name. Who we're going to trade? Stills? Are we going to trade Stills? Let's trade Stills. Now you see why we brought in Allen Hearns, because we have injured players at receiver that are trying to come back. So it's a great signing. Ginkle getting work with the ones, with Kiko not being there. Xavier Howard picks off Fitz. It was a pass to Preston Williams. Our boy Xavier Howard picks him off. 55 out of 100. Should be a little bit higher. Ginkle with a sack on Rosen. Then McMillan with a sack on Ruddick. Defense is eating today. Jakeem Grant is back on the field, so that's great. He was done, but he came back out. He was talking to the coaches, kind of pointing to his right hamstring, so I think he just might have tweaked his hammy. Again, if I was the coach, you're done. Take as long as you need. Go take an ice bath. Get that thing situated. You're not playing next Thursday. I don't care what you say. Walt Aikens, MVP of special teams, stops the punt on the 1 yard line. Walt Aikens is underappreciated. I'm just going to say that. TJ McDonald is in at linebacker. Who knows how much I was wanting that to happen last year. Durham Smythe with a nice catch. He's doing just as well, if not better, than Gesicki, which kind of sucks to hear because Gesicki was a second-round pick. And I know, for me personally, I know it doesn't matter where they're picked and who it is, but Go Dirt was there. I'm just going to say 7-on-7, no pass rush, so it's just the quarterback and then the corners, safeties, linebackers and all that stuff. Rosen checks the ball down on a 7-on-7 with no pass rush. He checks the ball down. This is the one thing I wish Rosen would do more. Again, I'm not knocking Rosen. I like Rosen. I want him to be our future quarterback because then we can next year focus on other things. But Rosen needs to be, it's practice, my dude. Like, Fitz threw an interception to Xavier Howard. Yes, he shouldn't have, and it was a stupid thing to do. But he's being aggressive because it's in practice. You don't really, it sucks, but what is going to happen? So, Rosen, you got a 7-on-7, and you check it down. Maybe the play was called for a check down, but from what I'm hearing, it wasn't. Be a little bit more aggressive. Again, get out of your head, my dude. Get out of your head. Fitz with a nice pass to Parker, 20-yard out. Boop, boop. To the sideline, 20-yard out. It's 11-on-11s. Dierter with a false start. That's where the refs are there. But that's good. That's the first penalty I heard all day. His ass went to the wall. But that was good. First false start I heard all day, and we have refs there, which is huge. If you guys remember last year during training camp when I was reading these things off, lots and lots of penalties. First time I heard a penalty today. Fumbled snap from Fitz. Fitzpatrick did not have a good training camp today. Jesse Davis gives up pressure to Tyrone Holmes. It was a defensive day today. And then Stirrup started working at right guard. Rosen with a nice pass to Preston Williams. He's kind of, see what I'm saying? He gets into the groove. McTire with a pass breakup. And then McDonald picks off Fitzpatrick, 11-on-11. Fitzpatrick had a bad day. Allen was supposed to talk to the media, but the trainers brought him inside. He kind of had a limp, so I don't expect Allen to be in practice tomorrow. Top 3 performers. Xavier Howard, interception. O'Leary, killing it all training camp. McDonald, moved to linebacker, and while he was in that linebacker position, last play of practice, picks off Fitzpatrick. Very, very, very good. But that is practice. There's some ups, some downs, some scares, like Jakeem Grant getting injured. I think it's a hammy. I'm hoping it's a hammy. I'm praying it's a hammy. Who wants a hammy sandwich? Sorry, I'm not funny. I'm not funny. But it was ups and downs. Offensive line did well. Again, there was refs there, and the fact that I didn't hear penalties, I didn't hear pass interference, false starts, offsides, all that stuff, that I'm going to take as very, very good news. Be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. For you for you older guys that have watched the Dolphins since the 70s, comment below. Give me some stories from Nick Buoniconti. Give me some stories of your best or most, plays you remember from him. Just to remember the guy, a Hall of Famer. Comment below. Let me know. Give me your top 3. Let me know what you guys think of practice. I'm going to get to one of your guys' comments of the day. This comment comes from Alfonso Brown, and he says, what I love most about the Rosen situation is the fact that he has someone who can legitimately push/make him better compared to Tannehill, who basically handed the job. I picked this comment because I like where he's coming from. Not with the whole Tannehill situation, because he's not on the team anymore. I'm not going to talk about it because it'll piss people off, because they'll think I'm hating on him or they think I'm defending him. I don't do it. It's just whatever. But yes, look at Patrick Mahomes. Look at Aaron Rodgers. Look at all these quarterbacks who are really great today. Patrick Mahomes, it's still, jury's still out, but obviously he did really great last year. They sat and they learned behind a good quarterback. Again, not saying Fitzpatrick is the greatest quarterback, but Fitzpatrick knows how to read a defense, and he makes stupid. If Fitzpatrick didn't make stupid plays, and if Fitzpatrick didn't throw stupid interceptions, he would be a really good quarterback. He'd still be with one team. But to learn and to see everything that Fitz can teach him, reading a defense, a Harvard grad, all that stuff, it's good. You just got to get Rosen out of his head. And if Rosen can get out of his head, I think he'll do really well. And if not, then we'll probably draft a quarterback early next year. But yeah, thank you for the comment. Like I said, be sure to comment below. Real quick, as of me recording this right now, I broke 6,000 subscribers. I'm at 6,006 subscribers. I really, really, really appreciate you guys. I couldn't do it without you guys. I've said this time and time again, but without you guys, I'm nowhere. Without you guys, I'm not doing this. Without you guys, this is never happening. This is never happening, the stuff behind me. Some of this stuff is from you guys, like this. That's from you guys. So thank you so very much for helping me get to 6,000 subscribers. My next goal, let's hit 10. Let's hit 10,000 subscribers. Let's get up there, boys. You guys have no idea how much it means to me that you guys are backing me, supporting me. It means the world to me. Second thing, I'm going to check my P.O. Box literally after I'm done recording this. If there's anything in my P.O. Box, whether it's letters or things you sent me. Tomorrow's video, the comment of the day is going to be one of those things. So if you guys want to send me letters, if you guys want to send me anything, P.O. Box is below in the info box. It literally says P.O. Box and then give them the address and everything. So that is something you can do if you want to. Don't feel like you need to send me anything. Also, I noticed a lot of you guys are having a hard time with notifications, especially Ron. Ron says he can never get notifications. Next to the subscribe button, there's a bell. First off, if it says subscribed, cool. If it doesn't, hit that subscribe button. Come on. There's a bell. Hit the bell. Then you get 3 prompts. You're gonna want to hit the top one that says all notifications, and then you'll start getting my notifications. But other than that, great day today. It was a very up and down day today. Practice started. It was going well, and then got the horrible news about Nick Buoniconti, but it sucks, but thoughts and prayers. But be sure to follow me on Twitter, tweeting out a ton of things, especially when I'm not making video. I tweet out things I could talk to you guys more. Also check the comments a lot. If you guys notice, I like to comment on you guys' comments a lot, and I'm going to be putting more stuff on Instagram, so be sure to check that out. Check out Madden on the Bit Boys. I did a pack opening yesterday. I'm going to be doing the quarterback 1 stuff. I'm going to be playing you guys. I'm going to be doing a ton of stuff. So go over, check out the Bit Boys. Avengers, the new Avengers Assemble game. I think we're doing tomorrow. I'm going to be uploading that soon. So go over there. If you like video games, you like that type of stuff, hit the subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up. Not only give this video a thumbs up because Camp, because Davian Howard did well, because TJ McDonald did well, and because Thursday is football's back. But give this video a thumbs up to just remember Nick Buoniconti. I really want the older fans to comment below some Nick Buoniconti stories, some Nick Buoniconti plays and stuff, to remember him. He was Hall of Famer, great all-time Dolphins linebacker. So, it just really sucks that today, we lost him. But like I said before, he was struggling with pneumonia and CT and stuff, so he's actually in peace now. So that's, that's good. But yeah, be sure to give this video a thumbs up for Nick, and to give this video a thumbs up because you like this stuff and it lets me know. If you're watching this on DolphinsTalk.com, how are you doing? If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't checked out DolphinsTalk.com, it's a great site. All Dolphins, everything Dolphins, beat writers, podcasters, YouTubers. Go over, check that out. Thank you again for helping me break 6,000 subs. Sky's the limit. Like I said, let's get to 10. Let's get to 10,000 subs. We all can do it. Share the channel. There's a little share button too underneath everything. So be sure to share it. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. More training camp, more news and notes from your boy, DouglieDoWrong. But like usual, stay classy. Fins out.